Hey, what's up, guys? It is Jordy, and I'm bringing you a six-man all-demon slip for tomorrow's NFL slate. We got two games. It's going to be really fun. I wanted to kind of have fun with it. We already put out some picks for BDFS. I feel really good about those picks, so I'm kind of piggybacking some of those and making them demons, giving you some more value. So I feel really good about all the picks I have picked out for you guys tonight. As good as you can about a demon slip, right? I mean, this is a total YOLO at the end of the day, but there's some research behind the YOLOism. So I'm going to break that all down for you guys. But before I do, please like the video and subscribe to the channel. It does help me a lot. I really appreciate all the support you guys have been showing on this channel. I'm almost at 200 subscribers already, which is kind of wild because we just started it. I know that's not like a crazy number, but for me, I'm grateful for every little bit of it. So I appreciate you guys. Love our community so much, and it's really cool that you guys are helping us do the solo thing as well. My God, my eyes look horrible. It's very late. It's 3 a.m. in the morning. I've been up kind of a little bit sick, honestly. Like, my stomach has been kind of killing me, so that's why this video is so late. But I figured I have all this energy from dealing with that, so I'm just gonna go ahead and put it into a video. So I hope you guys enjoy it. Let's get into the breakdown. So I'm just gonna show you the slip here. Just locking this one in for $5, but I'm actually gonna relock this in with more as well, and just kind of bump some of the lines around, make them higher, and I kind of want to play around with it. So I'm just gonna make a bunch of these demon slips and just put 5 on it each time and flex them, because if you hit this, it's a 78x, and if you go 5 of 6, it's a 9.5x. Oops, that's my season long. Forgot that you can't like kind of show the highlight on this. And then if you go 4 of 6, you just get a 2x. So you're doubling your money even if you go 4 of 6, which is nice. So I'm going to be taking this and, kind of messing with it and putting some other plays in there as well. So what we've got is Isiah Pacheco for over 1.5 receptions, Joe Mixon for a rushing and receiving touchdown, Nico Collins over 99.5 receiving yards, Dalton Schultz over 4.5 receptions, Jahmyr Gibbs over 99.5 rushing yards, and Xavier Worthy over 6.5 receptions. You can bump that to 9 or 5.5 receptions if you don't like the 6.5, but I think he's going to get it done. I think this game's going to be a lot closer than people are thinking, and I think the Kansas City Chiefs are probably going to throw the ball a lot. I was actually really liking the way Mahomes' passing attempts were looking at like 39.5. I think he will throw the ball 40 times in this game. Because I don't think Pacheco is all that healthy yet, and I don't think they're really able to run the rock like they want to. So as you can see, I've already got this locked in, so let's go ahead and reuse them so I can show you guys what's going on here. So first and foremost, Isiah Pacheco. This year, he obviously hasn't played a lot, but he's still getting targeted a lot. 3 targets, 5 targets, 1 target, 4 targets, 1, 2. Obviously, he got hurt in the beginning of the season. Didn't come back till I think like week 10 or something, week 8, and he hasn't looked the same. But last year he went over this line 12 out of 18 games, so it's not typical that Isiah Pacheco is going to go untargeted, and this is going to be a very, very tough game. Really quickly, let's just pull up what the odds are going to be for this game. So we got a 8.5 point favorite to the Kansas City Chiefs on a 41.5 over under. We'll see. I agree with that's probably going to be the case, but I think that the Texans could keep this game a lot closer. Their defense is getting kind of healthy at the right time, and I don't think the Texans are just going to lay down and die in this game. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe it's just a blowout and this game's easy for Kansas City and they just move on, which is probably going to be the case, but I'm going to play devil's advocate and say that that's not going to be the case. So I like Pacheco to have to get Pacheco to have to get involved in the receiving game. So 8th in receptions allowed, 3.9. We don't need him to go for like 5. We just need 2. So I like this. Going to be taking the over. It's actually a plus 144, so not horrible odds for a demon play, but it is giving us like a 3x multiplier or a 4x multiplier on just one play. So good value there. Joe Mixon, I'm not convinced they're going to keep this guy out of the end zone. He scored on them before, didn't score in the most recent matchup. It was a really close game, and he did have red zone attempts in that. He had 3 red zone attempts for that game, so it's not like he wasn't. He actually had 4, so it wasn't like he had. It's not like he wasn't trying to get in the end zone there. They tried it, it just didn't work. So I think they're gonna. I think if this guy can just break off a run and get in, or if he can, if they get up to the goal line and it's like, first and goal at like, the 5-yard line, they're going to give it to Joe Mixon. They're not going to just try to up top it with Nico Collins, even though Nico Collins is a big guy. The Kansas City corners are very, very good. So I like Joe Mixon to maybe pound the rock in. And we just kind of seen Kansas City look like their running defense got ran all over. So I'm not convinced that their rushing defense is holding up right now, but we'll see. Maybe I'm wrong. Kansas City is a different team when it comes to playoff time, so we'll see. But I like Joe Mixon to get in for a touchdown. It's a plus 160. I think it's a pretty safe line. 9 out of 15 games this year for a demon touchdown. I think this is a pretty good line, so going to be taking that. Jahmyr Gibbs for over 99.5 rushing yards. I'm also not convinced that Montgomery is completely healthy. I think he will get snaps in this game. I think he'll get like maybe 8 to 10 rush attempts, but I think majority of it is going to be Jahmyr Gibbs. And I don't think his workload is going to change at all in this game. I think he'll probably get 15 to 20 rushing attempts, and I think he's going to make the most out of those against a really soft rushing defense. 29th in rushing yards allowed, giving up 114 rushing yards per game. Jahmyr Gibbs is coming off of 300-yard weeks, 109, 117, 139. If we look at the attempts, 23, 18, 23, I think it's going to be a very, very similar outcome in this game for him. If it's not, then it's going to be a shock to everybody. And he's done this before with Montgomery. He's gone for 116 and 127 with Monty, and then he's really just been sprawling out into these last couple weeks, and they're feeding him more. So I think, like I said, 16 to 24, 25 carries is probably what I'm going to expect from this game, especially if they get up early. They're just going to run the ball. So that's what I'm expecting. That's what most people are expecting. So just play with the narrative on this one. I'm playing it safe. 99.5 rushing yards I think is pretty solid. You can go with the rushing receiving if you want, but I think he's going to get a lot done on the ground. So that's what I'm going with. Nico Collins, I think this is going to be probably one of the narratives where Kansas City is just blowing them out and they need to throw the ball. Hopefully Joe Mixon gets his touchdown before the game gets ugly is kind of what I'm building a narrative around. Hopefully Joe Mixon can get the touchdown early, and then if the game does get out of hand, I think Nico Collins is going to get absolutely force-fed in this game. The last couple of times he's matched up against Kansas City, he had 10 targets for 7 receptions. So if you like the receptions, you can go with that. You're not going to get much value out of the 6.5 reception demon, but you are getting a lot of value out of the 99.5 receiving yard line, which he's gone over 5 out of 13 games this year. And he went for 60 against Kansas City last time they matched up, so it wasn't a horrible matchup. 6 in receiving yards allowed, it's a tough one, but there's really no one else, man. Dalton Schultz, who I'm going to break down in just a minute, is one more person I like for the team, but Nico Collins and Dalton Schultz and Joe Mixon are the best skill players on the team, in my opinion. I know John Mechie's there, and I know there's a couple other guys, but they cut Deontay Johnson. They're not liking what they're seeing with him, so I think Nico's just going to get force-fed in this game, and I think you're just going to be safer. If you're taking demons, you're playing the ones. That's my eyes. So it's playoff time. It's done messing around. It's getting these guys, the playmakers, the ball. So I think Nico Collins is going to get fed, and I think he has a good chance of getting over this 99.5 line, which we're getting a ridiculous multiplier on. I think it's like an 8x. So loving that inside of this play. And then Dalton Schultz over 4.5 receptions. He went for 5 last time they matched up. It's a little bit of a long shot. He's only hit it in 3 out of 18 games. But they're 22nd overall to receptions allowed and 29th to tight end. So there is value to be had in Dalton Schultz. And I think that he's I think he has a good shot of hitting this in this game. Their injury list just keeps going. Joe Mixon is banged up. Robert Woods is banged up. So if you're talking a guy who's just going to help you move the chains, throws to the tight end. That's typical. That's tight end ball. The tight end is basically just like a big running back you're throwing the ball to. He's going to help you move the sticks. So I think Dalton Schultz is going to help them do that. I like him a lot in this game to get over 4.5 receptions. It's a plus 135. We're getting like a 10x multiplier on this one. It's kind of ridiculous. So if you power play this, $5 will get you $1,000. So it's pretty cool. But I'm flexing this one. I'm probably going to make another one where I just power play it at the 215x too. Because I would kick myself in the butt if I hit this play and it wasn't powered, so I can never stomach that, so I always power play everything in the end. So Xavier Worthy is my last pick here, over 5.5 receptions. I think this one's pretty safe. There's another one I like too, who I'll show you really quick, and that's actually D-Hop. You can bump this to 3.5, which is weird, but 4.5, he could probably get over 4.5. But the 3.5, you know, it's a safe line. I took this in the video for over 3. I don't really understand. I'm expecting him to go for 4, but 4.5 is a little bit of a gamble. But you could always go Kelsey too. You could always bump Kelsey's receptions up to like 7.5. I could easily see him getting like 8 to 10 catches in this game too. There's a lot of value to be had in Demons, honestly, there really is. But this is just what I'm running. I think Xavier Worthy's looked pretty good as the wide receiver 1 for the team. Obviously, we got Hollywood Brown back for the Kansas City Chiefs, but it's looking like Xavier Worthy's got that number 1 slot locked in. So I like him to get over the 5.5 reception line, or actually 6.5 is what I've got him bumped up to. If you look at the 6.5, it's a little bit of a harder, plus 250. But I think if this game gets dirty, he could get it done. And he's gone over this the last time they played each other. He went for 7 receptions, and he had 11 targets. So that's plenty of targets. I'm expecting a similar outcome in this game. So that's going to be what I'm taking, guys. That's my 6-man play I've got lined up for you guys. I might drop one more video depending if lines change or not tomorrow. I might just drop another, maybe like a 2-man slip to go with the other 2 plays I have. For my other 2 plays, if you guys didn't know, I've got Jahmyr Gibbs for over his rushing and receiving at 115.5. This has been bumped again. It was at 112.5. So 115 I said was the highest I'd take it, so I'm staying by that. I'll take it at 115.5. And then my other play was just DeAndre Hopkins at 3 receptions, which I think is a cash play. So that's going to be what I'm taking. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. A little bit of a longer one, but 6 plays. Had to break them down in order for you guys. They're all Demons, so I hope you guys enjoyed the video. I will catch you guys tomorrow. God bless and good luck.